Hey guys, it's Just Nerds here, and we are back with Just a Podcast, Just a Podcast number 4, the first one of 2016, and we're pretty excited about this.
Yes, we are. I'm pretty excited about it. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah, the last one we did was the the Smash Direct,
Mm-hmm.
which counted as a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Blake, did you have any things you wanted to? Oh wait, first actually, news. You just gotta start off with some news.
Okay, go ahead. Give it to me.
So all my news is like old. That's just for those who haven't heard this yet, I
Which
guess.
is probably me. I haven't heard. I haven't been around the block much. I've been kind of busy. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's I didn't know this stuff either. So it's been rumored for a while. Like, is there gonna be a new Indiana Jones? Like, oh, there might be there, or like we think one's in the works. I think it's pretty much guaranteed at this point.
Mm.
I believe it was said that it's like, yeah, it's in the works. Like, it will be coming out at some point.
I heard because I remember going on IMDb and I always like to go on the trivia, and for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull they had a contract for 5 movies,
Hmm.
and Harrison Ford wanted to do it because you can just tell he likes Indiana Jones a lot more than playing Han Solo.
Wow.
Well, no, because he likes it. He wanted to die. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, that's a good point.
you heard about
That's a good
episode
point.
you heard about episode 5, right? He asked
Yeah.
for Han
Yeah,
Solo
that's
to.
fine. Good point.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well,
Whatever.
I'm not saying that it's better. I'm just saying he prefers to play Indiana Jones, and I think that's just because he considers it to be his character. Like he is
Yeah.
the Luke Skywalker in that movie. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I mean, yeah. So really, it's you think it's coming out?
Yeah, I think they pretty much confirmed it. Like,
That's so late. Like,
well, Indiana Jones 4 was pretty late too.
yeah, that was late, but I mean, he's old,
Yeah,
man.
that's a good point.
I
Yeah.
mean, because yeah, in episode 4, did I just say episode 4? I'm sorry. In
In
Indiana
episode
Jones,
4 as Han
Indiana Jones,
Solo.
in Indiana Jones 4. Oh my God, I'm still on Star Wars a little bit, but no, but on Indiana Jones 4, I mean, he was older, yeah, but he was still in good shape. Like I guess they didn't have to change any of his clothes or anything like that. Like they were still the same clothes from the original films, and he kept himself in good enough shape so where he could keep the same clothes, which is surprising actually. Um, but I mean, because seeing him in The Force Awakens, he's still Harrison Ford. He can still do all the cool stuff. It's just he's just very old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
When
it,
did that movie come out? Crystal
uh,
Skull.
I have no idea off the top of my head. You want me to look it up? Or?
I got it. Don't worry.
Okay, cool.
Let's see. Came out in 2008.
Okay, that's not too bad. That's what
8 years.
8 years ago. Wow, that's a
And
long.
well, it probably won't come out this year, so like
Oh no,
7 or 8 years.
it'll probably come out.
Or 9 or 10 years, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Wait,
just
is that right?
surprised that they're confirming it so late. I mean, wow.
Yeah, it's true.
I
But
mean,
on
glad,
the bright side, get another Indiana
yeah,
Jones.
glad to hear it. Totally, for sure. But um, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
And then my second piece of news, which is the last piece of news,
Hmm.
Marvel said that they, because recently, even though this is old, recently they've said that it's been a little tough, making the Iron Fist Netflix series,
Hmm.
which is why we pretty much haven't seen anything from it. Like, they're having problem trying to put it together and trying to find an Iron Fist that's good.
Hmm.
And so they said that since they're having trouble like trying to put a series together, instead of doing that, they might try to make a Netflix movie instead.
Mm. That's a good way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Because yeah, a series would be great, but if you're having trouble doing a series and you don't think it'll meet a good enough standard, a movie is a pretty good alternative.
yeah, no lie, I actually think a movie would complement Iron Fist a little better. I don't know why. I just because I feel like if Marvel keeps doing the show formula with Netflix, I feel like they're gonna fall into the pit they have with the movies. Like, oh, it's just the same thing. You know what I mean? Because
Maybe.
like, you know what I mean?
I guess.
Like, oh, I don't know. Like, maybe if
It's,
they keep going with them, they won't. I mean, because they're good shows. Like, you know what I mean? Like
mhm.
Daredevil's fantastic, and I haven't really watched too much of Jessica Jones, but what I've seen of it is pretty dang awesome too. Um, they're great. Like, I'm not denying that they're not great. I'm just saying that I think people will be like, okay, it's gonna be good. Okay, you know what I mean? Because
Is
like,
that bad?
no, not at all. Because like, because you know what people are saying about the Marvel movies and stuff like that. Like Ant Man is like a perfect example for me. Ant Man is a great movie. You know what I mean? I just recently watched it again, and but like, a lot of people like didn't really like care about it. You know what I mean? It flew under a lot of people's
Mhm.
radar because I feel like as soon as people said like heard that, oh, it was good, um, they just kind of were like, oh, good, another good Marvel movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, like I'm not saying that they're gonna like Iron Fist would be a bad show or would be anything like less than amazing. I'm just saying that I think people would be like, okay, they're gonna be another Netflix show and it's gonna be good. You know what I mean?
I get you.
Yeah.
I
So like,
guess.
I mean, maybe I don't know. I'm just kind of talking. I'm just saying. So
I'm just talking.
yeah. So
Yeah, I get you.
yeah.
So
I
yeah,
mean,
that's all I got with my news.
yeah. Excited for that though. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, they I don't know. They haven't shown that much for Iron Fist stuff or like talked about that much.
Mm.
And
You
I'm
know,
looking forward to it.
yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to both of those. I want to see what's up with that. Oh, but you know what? I did want to talk about two things, more so. Um, the first one, I don't think we ever talked about it. The new Suicide Squad trailer went up.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. Yeah, we didn't.
we didn't really talk about that. I saw it, and it actually got me pretty excited. I'm looking forward to it. Jonathan,
Yeah.
oh, did you hear me or no?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was like, yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It looks pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It looks
Uh
definitely unique.
yeah, it's definitely yeah, the first thing I thought after watching the trailer was this could be really different from everything else.
Exactly. Like it could be that Guardians where you're just like, I did not see that coming. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Hmm.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, same. Like
Yeah.
some things I really loved from the trailer. Other things it's not that I didn't like, it's just I was like wow, they're really going just over the top like with the style they're going for. Which
Mm-hmm.
which is great because I'm glad because like with Batman v Superman, they've kind of had this problem where they don't really know where it is or what it is, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It was gonna be Man of Steel 2, then it was gonna be Batman v Superman, now it's Dawn of Justice. With this, like they know what it is, which is great.
Yeah, I would agree.
Oh, you're right there?
Um, yeah, and I actually think that what happened?
No, your mic. I don't know. Your mic was.
Oh, sorry. I was pushing my iPad away
Oh,
from my
okay.
microphone so you wouldn't sound like you're echoing. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I hope that
That's
doesn't
fine.
happen. I don't sound like you can't hear yourself, right?
No,
Okay, good. Then job's
no, it's
good.
okay.
No, but I'm really excited, and I'm glad they're marketing this movie. Marketing as in like they're just keeping everything under wraps a lot better than they are for
Mm-hmm.
um, Batman versus Superman because Batman versus Superman, the trailer like I didn't think the trailer spoiled too much because we don't know all that much, but then I saw the CW's like DC presents the whatever it is they were basically talking about their plans for the next few years.
How was that, by the way?
Oh god. It no everything looks cool, like I'm excited for everything, but dear god, they're doing a terrible job of keeping the surprises ready. Like they basically told me everything, and like they didn't do it in the Marvel fashion where they're like, hey, we're gonna have this movie and stuff like that, and then we'll see what's up there. They had actor interviews. They had a sneak peek of Wonder Woman. They had concept art of scenes from Batman versus Superman,
Wow.
and I like okay that for me, like seeing the concept art for that. I was just like, you're showing me the movie. I wanted to see the movie. Don't show me the art for what the movie's gonna look like. Don't do that because I'm pretty sure like, and there was no hiding it. It wasn't like comic book art where
Mm-hmm.
you could tell that was from like, oh, Superman Birthright or Superman whatever. It was from the movie. The art looked like Henry Cavill. Aquaman looked like David Momoa, right? That's his name, Momoa,
Yeah,
right?
or
Or
something like
something like
that.
that.
So,
I apologize if I got his name wrong, but
so like, what do you mean? Like, what did they show?
like they showed, you know the part in the trailer where Superman's like saving that rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, they showed him carrying a girl like out of that, and I'm like, stop doing that. Like they did that a multiple times. They showed Aquaman stabbing like this robot, and I
Oh
was all
wow.
like, "Oh, stop! You're making it worse. Like you're not." And then they showed the Flash like catching a bullet, and I was like, "Dear God, stop
Is
it!"
this for? Did they say this for Batman v
They
Superman?
didn't say it, but like it just looked like it. They all looked like the
Oh,
actors.
okay.
They were new costumes. They were costumes that I've never seen before. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe they're just like leftover pieces of like maybe deleted scenes. I don't know, but it like from what I saw, it looked like they were showing me the movie. If that's not the case, awesome. Never mind. I have no complaint. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like I could just tell like that Superman looked like Henry Cavill, and I was all like, okay, that's not good. Like so I
So,
mean,
like, from watching it, they just like showed a bunch of stuff
yeah,
that
like
they
they
probably
talked.
shouldn't be showing.
Yeah, they talked about Lex Luthor. They talked a lot about it, and I'm okay with that. I feel like DC's doing something very weird. Like they're marketing because they have two different marketing strategies with Suicide Squad and Batman vs Superman. Batman vs Superman, it seems like they're really pushing the Dawn of Justice side of things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like it's not even really like when I look at it, I'm like it doesn't really feel like a Batman versus Superman movie anymore. And I think we've talked about this. You know what I mean? They're really pushing the Dawn of Justice side
Yeah.
with the Flash and Cyborg and adding all these characters. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but with Suicide Squad, they're pushing it in a very different direction, and that's not a bad thing because they're two completely different movies with two completely different tones. But I don't know. Like, do you kind of get what I mean?
Yeah. I don't
Because
know. Like,
like
do you think they just don't have a lot of confidence?
I don't know what it is. Like because they pushed it really hard. Like they're pushing Batman versus Superman extremely hard. You know what I mean? Like, have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah. Yeah. They're
showing,
showing a lot.
yeah, and I don't know if that's like I don't really get what the point of showing Doomsday was. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think we've
Mm-hmm.
talked about
Yeah.
this. I think the trailer was good in terms of getting people hyped, but I do agree with you guys in thinking that maybe they showed a little bit too much. Like, I think Doomsday was the part that just took me over the limit.
Yeah. Because
Like,
yeah, I was having fun with it. Like, I think the only part I was like, was the Lex Luthor, just because they weren't showing the serious side yet.
mm-hmm.
But I expected that would be in the movie.
Yeah,
But then when they showed Doomsday, I was like, wait, what? You just
yeah,
show
no,
me what happens after Batman versus Superman's fight.
yeah. Like, I don't like. I just don't understand the reason for doing that. Like, yes, there are Doomsday fans out there, but like, did they really need to see that? Like, they were probably going to go see the movie anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
And
I don't really get who they're trying to capture here. Like you had me sold on Batman versus Superman already, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Sorry, my phone's ringing. My bad.
That's okay.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry, dude.
That's
Oh,
okay.
dude, I'm in the middle of something right now. I'm recording something. I'll just wait. All right, I'll see you later. Okay. Sorry about that. Business calls, fan mail, whatever you want to say.
Everything okay,
Yeah,
bro?
no, everything's good. I just it's not important. My brother just wants me to pull my car in. I'm gonna do it later. I'm not important. Yeah, whatever.
No.
But
You
anyways,
sure? You good? Okay.
what were we just saying? Sorry.
Uh, what's the point of showing Doomsday?
Yeah, exactly. Like, um, Like yeah, you had me sold on Batman versus Superman alone. You had everybody sold on
Mm-hmm.
Batman versus Superman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I this movie is just sending all sorts of different signals. Like it's a Batman versus Superman movie was like the first trailer is that's what the first trailer established because I remember that trailer, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was a great
Like we
trailer.
were yeah, we were going to discuss, what happened when Superman basically destroyed the entire city. We were going to discuss, where's Batman fit into all of that? You know what I mean? Like it looked like this was a sequel to Man of Steel. Like you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like without calling it Man of Steel 2, you effectively set this movie out to be Man of Steel 2. Okay, sounds good. Next few trailers roll in and then like rumors of Wonder Woman and Aquaman, and it's just like, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so at this point we have showing the aftermath of Metropolis.
Mhm.
Metropolis, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
Metropolis. Including Batman, but then including Wonder Woman, Aquaman, all these other heroes.
Yeah.
With it, you're including introducing Lex Luthor
Yeah.
and all that stuff, and now including Doomsday.
Mhm.
And then my roommate like reminded me a few days ago after they showed Doomsday and all this stuff. They said, "Well, don't worry about like that. We spoiled you on the whole movie. There's still more, guys. Don't worry."
Yeah. I
And
mean,
it's like,
if they
wait, what?
told me the final like if you gave me the final boss, what do I have to look forward to? You know what I mean? Like you
Mhm.
gave me like Lex Luthor was enough. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't
Yeah.
know. Like we all knew when you see that scene of him like having General Zod's body brought into his lab or whatever. Like you knew something was going to go down. We did not need to see what that something was, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And it's like and now I know and now I'm maybe I don't know for sure. Maybe there's that like 10% chance that I'm wrong, but maybe Lex Luthor didn't make Doomsday or something like that. Maybe he didn't, but it looks like that's what they want me to believe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this movie's,
And
so it better have one heck of
yeah.
a plot twist where I'm like, whoa, shoot, didn't see that coming, or I'm just gonna be sitting there like, okay, I knew this. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. And then I remember I sent you a message saying like if Darkseid is in Batman v Superman 2, I don't know what to do.
I okay, like I thought, it takes a lot for me to believe that a movie can be really crowded because Avengers kind of changed that in me because I looked at it and I was all like, okay,
Hmm.
you have all these superheroes in one place, the supervillain and stuff like that. Like it was all well put together. Nobody felt short-handed. Maybe Hawkeye a little bit, but that's just because that's what the story was. You know, so you know it's just but like Batman versus Superman is it's sending it's Jonathan. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's scaring me. I honestly I don't know like I don't know what to do like or how to feel about it because I thought this was gonna be Batman versus Superman, but like, did something happen in production where they were just like, oh, not enough Dawn of Justice? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I don't know
Like,
because when I think it's probably a year ago, I guess,
mm-hmm,
or two, but when they said like the movie's being delayed, I think it was like was a full year it was getting delayed.
mm-hmm,
Like I remember, you and people were saying, "Oh, like that's good. It shows that they're trying to put more effort, trying to make this thing work."
mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, sounds good. But when you think of all this stuff that's happening and the way the movie's developed, you're thinking, or did they delay it so that they can make it Dawn of Justice and include all these different things?
Yeah, if exactly, I totally agree. Like, you know, because I thought they were gonna touch things up. They were gonna maybe the story wasn't strong enough. I I don't know, man, because I'm so mixed on it because I hear at Warner Brothers they had a screening of it and it got like a standing ovation and like
Hmm.
tons of
Yeah.
praise. And if that's what I'm going to see in my theaters, I'm going to see tons of people standing up because this was one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. Awesome. I will be right there standing up too. But like, from what the movie is showing me, I how are you going to make how are you still going to focus on the Batman versus Superman side of things while still giving me Wonder Woman, Cyborg, and Aquaman, out of nowhere because we don't know who they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't know this like the portrayal of this universe
Like
for these
this
characters.
exactly. This movie has so many characters to introduce. You know what I mean? And Suicide Squad does too, but it looks like they know what they're doing. Like it looks like they're gonna touch on the Joker, on everybody individually. You know what I mean? But with this movie, it's not the Marvel universe. It's not. It's so different. It's so weird in the way they want to appeal to everybody. You know. So I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I'm just waiting for March to roll around, and I'm gonna go see it. So
yeah. But the reason why I said if Darkseid, I hope he's not in this,
yeah.
is because a few days ago this week, my roommate showed me a picture of apparently it looked like Batman in like the desert gear or like whatever he was wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was wearing that, he was looking over like a field and it had the Omega symbol that Darkseid wears.
Mm.
So so I'm just thinking maybe they're gonna lead up to like kind of like a Thanos thing they did at the end of Avengers
Mm-hmm.
maybe and lead up to it. But I was thinking because my roommate also pointed out, remember how they said there's more to come? I was like, I hope this is not the more
Mm-hmm.
that they meant. Please, no.
And then in that scene, you do see Superman with all his super guards. So, and then at one point, I almost called him Thanos. Darkseid actually did hypnotize Superman to like basically become an evil dictator. So I don't know, man. I just want to see the movie and see if it works. Because if this works, I don't know how they pulled it off. Because that's a lot. That's a big movie. Like, you know what I
Mm,
mean? I thought it was big just with Batman and Lex with Batman alone because that's the golden boy of DC. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I mean, hey man, I don't know what to say if that's true. Okay, I don't want any more spoilers because it sounds like DC's doing a terrible job of keeping everything under wraps.
Yeah.
All right, well, whatever. I'm looking forward to it though, for sure. Still excited for it, but
When's that
definitely
come out?
definitely some tension there.
When's that come out? April, May, June,
March.
March.
Yeah, comes out pretty
Wow.
recently or
Yeah.
pretty soon recently.
Yeah, pretty soon.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to Suicide Squad as well. We didn't really talk
Hmm.
about that. I have no idea who the villain is.
I think well for right now because we just got like the first like official trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think the idea is that was Enchantress. Is
Mm.
that the character's name?
Mm-hmm.
Because because I think in the trailer, some point out that you don't see her with the other Suicide Squad members,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of see her like separately by herself. And like I said, we don't know exactly yet, but it might be that she's trying to, I think, bring back her brother, and that's
Mm.
like the creature we see, like destroying the train.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
So, like obviously we don't know, but if that is the plot, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who it is. I was looking at it. I was looking at the part where like it's destroying the train, and I was all like, "Who is that?"
Yeah.
I could be wrong. It kind of looks like Amazo with just the way it stands up and like doesn't move because Amazo is like, you know,
Hmm.
he's like basically Justice League. But anyways, yeah,
And Jared Leto looks like super weird.
yeah, he looks. I mean, I mean, he does. I think he's gonna do a good job. I just
Yeah.
wow. I don't know. It's
And
weird. He's a
and
very he's different from what we've seen lately.
Yeah, like just with the trailer, they're definitely going like super over the top with the Joker.
Yeah, yeah, and I think they're trying to nail. It kind of looks like they're trying to nail this middle ground of like the Jack Nicholson one and the Heath Ledger one.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just in the way like he dresses. It looks like the Jack Nicholson one because he wears
Yeah.
just different stuff and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to his performance because, you know, it's the Joker. So
yeah, I just hope they don't go like too edgy just for the sake of going edgy.
yeah, exactly.
Because
I
just got some small hints of fear with that. But I was like, oh, it looks good. Like just hopefully they're not just being
yeah,
really edgy. Like, hey, we're edgy. This Suicide Squad, new Joker. Let's go.
mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, looks pretty cool. I still don't like that jacket though. Like the pink or purple jacket he's wearing. It's pretty weird.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
We'll see, man. Some good stuff from DC. I mean, they didn't, you know, they did
yeah, we'll just have to see until the movie.
Yeah, we'll just have to see. I just, we'll see. We'll definitely see. It's just they're just doing it in such a different way, but it could work,
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. All right, so what else? Didn't you have something to say about Force Awakens or something like that?
I don't know.
No.
So I don't think I'm having a rant right now because I was gonna have a Johnny rant.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I settled down a little since I last talked to
Johnny rant.
Johnny rant.
New series.
The thing is, there's not many Johnny rants because all three of us, for the most part, we're pretty chill about things and we don't go overboard or care as much as a bunch of other people do.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember you ever having many rants.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But so just I guess I don't know how to describe these people, like fans, but I guess I don't know.
Like, you mean the people like criticizing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
yeah. So for some reason, let me tell you something too. I was on YouTube, right? And this was maybe maybe a few days after The Force Awakens. I didn't see any reviews that were basically saying that the movie's bad and don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
I only saw maybe one. Give the movie 3 to 2 more weeks, and the internet, like my YouTube suggestion page, for some reason is layered with The Force Awakens sucks and here's why, or why I hate The Force Awakens, and this and that and this and that, and I'm just so where did these people come from? What the heck? Yeah, so I mean, is that who you're talking about? The people who are they love Star Wars but they hate The Force Awakens.
Yeah, so I guess we'll call them Force Awakens haters.
Yeah.
So
the Force sleepers.
The Force sleepers. Oh my gosh, that's a really good name.
Yeah.
The Force sleepers.
I was just kind of okay. Oh, thanks, man.
No, I don't. Well, do you want to call them that?
Okay, who cares? But the people.
The sleepers. Yeah. So when the movie came out, yeah, same here. And I never saw an article or watched something that said, "Don't watch it; it's terrible."
Mm-hmm.
But everybody has criticisms, and that's fine. We had a whole discussion about this thing,
mm-hmm.
and I'm not saying you can't have or you can't dislike something, have criticisms, because you can, and that's perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing I remember I told you this a few weeks after the movie came out, but the first thing I noticed is that there weren't that many people saying what they loved about it. A lot of the reviews or a lot of the videos talking about Force Awakens was what they disliked about the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So they said common things like, "Oh, Rey, she's a boring character. They don't have that much answers in this movie. It's just A New Hope, but with the fresh coat of paint,
Mm-hmm.
all these things, all the common complaints you've been hearing. But I never really heard what people liked about it. I never heard stuff about Finn was great. The new
Mm-hmm.
stuff was amazing. Hopefully we'll get better stuff. But it was a good start. It
Mm-hmm.
was mainly pointing out the criticisms and what they didn't like about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's, if I'm being honest right now. Sorry if you heard any of that.
Yeah,
Sorry, my dog just randomly walked into my room, looked at me, and then walked back out. So,
it's okay.
but anyways, but yeah, I feel like that's kind of where reviews in general are kind of going. Is like, here's what's wrong with it. Like,
Hmm.
okay, why? What about it was good? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think it's totally fine if you have issues with the movie. I have issues with the movie, but I don't have. But like, I totally think that like it's. I think it's clear that you just have some very, how do I put this? Like I feel like when you hate something like Star Wars or like The Force Awakens specifically, because that movie climbed charts and broke records within like its first few weeks. You know what I mean? So like I don't know. My assumption is that you're not liking it because people like it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like you want to like I don't know, because the YouTube channels that I saw that were making negative Force Awakens videos were all like maybe lower number subscribers and stuff like that. So I'm thinking a majority of them are just kind of like, hey, come listen to me rant about why I don't like Star Wars, and like just trying to get like views and stuff like that maybe. But I
Maybe.
don't know. I mean, that's just one part of it though. I totally hear what you're saying though. Like it's just weird to hear people like never talk about, well, what did you like about the movie? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
And this wasn't that big of a deal, and Blake knows this. But like recently, so there's this guy I know here at college, and we hang out a lot here. Oh, my voice cracked. We hang out a lot here, and so before the Force Awakens came out, I was like, "So you gotta go see Force Awakens over break?" He was like, I don't know. I'm not like super excited because it's kind of like what my brother said. It's gonna be stuck, kind of like in this state of limbo where people will say it's better than the prequels, but not as good as the originals. And I thought, well, I mean, yeah, like of course people are gonna say that,
Mhm.
but I don't feel like that's like I feel like you can still be excited about it because it's your
Mhm.
own opinion. It doesn't really matter if people say that. You can still be excited about the movie
Mhm.
because I know he's a pretty. I don't know if he's. I wouldn't say he's a huge Star Wars fan. But he's a decent fan of it.
Yeah.
And but then when we came back and just saying he's one like he criticizes a lot of things like generally when we talk about stuff, movies more specifically.
Mhm.
But when he came back, he just had like so many problems with it, and like I knew he would have that kind of reaction.
Mhm.
But then he kept listing all this different stuff, and the normal stuff at first that everybody says like, oh, like we don't know a lot about Ray, that like that not really smart because she's the main character. We don't
Mhm.
know that much at all. Like we don't know where the plot's going, but we're gonna find out with future sequels. That's kind of lame.
Mhm.
And common complaints, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I get where you're coming from. That's fair.
Mhm.
But then he started like I don't know. He started saying like a bunch of different stuff, a bunch of different. Oh, and I remember the first conversation we had. Like the way he started, I was like, I know like these are nitpicks, but and then he listed all these different things.
Like minute little nuances that just like they're so insignificant that they just don't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like they don't
That.
matter really in terms of the story. Like I told you one where he said
Yeah.
it's the scene where Ray. Spoilers, I guess, but everybody's seen it, so who cares? It's the one where the part where Ray and Finn are in the Millennium Falcon and they're fighting the Empire. They're trying to escape or the First Order, and then Finn, who's in the gunner's seat, the gun locks, and so he can't move the gun to shoot the ships. And so Ray does this crazy maneuver so Ray can get in line of the shot and shoot the gun. And the thing he said was, I know this is a nitpick, but when the gun locked, instead of Ray doing this endangering maneuver, why didn't Finn just climb up the ladder and go to the other gunner section? I was like that was the first small complaint I heard from him. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Is that a real complaint?
Yeah.
And then I said, well, I don't know. I guess, well, that's a new ship that they're riding in. They don't really know, I guess. Or like, well, Ray knew where the gunner seat was, so obviously she knows the ship. Okay. I don't know. I can't really answer that question.
Because I don't even think like J.J. Abrams can answer that question, because it's just like, who cares? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. And
beyond that, they're moving.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to get out of my seat if we were moving that fast. I mean, I don't know.
No,
like,
no, that's what I said. Like, well,
yeah.
You see BB-8 falling all over the place. He's a droid. It's fine, but if that happened to Finn, he's like, well, he's like, I think it'd be a better solution to go to the second gunner seat and have a chance at destroying the ships instead of just waiting in the gunner seat that doesn't work. And I'm like, I guess, but does it really matter? Because they still did the somersault and it was cool, and it's just an action scene. I don't think it matters like that much.
Yeah.
But then, just like hearing complaints about Kylo Ren, about how he was like, in nicer words, like he was a wuss. You know,
nicer words. Okay.
In nicer words, he was a wuss.
I get it.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
You know what he said. He's a whiny little wuss, if you understand. And when he said that, I was just thinking of like how, people said Force Awakens is like A New Hope. In obviously there are a lot of parts like A New Hope. There's no denying that. But there was also like a nice amount of new stuff.
Yeah.
With Rey, Finn, and Kylo Ren. And I thought Kylo Ren was actually, he was the most is it complicated or dynamic or
complex?
Huh? Yeah, he's the most complex.
Yeah.
He's definitely the most complex character, with he's being drawn to the light side, but he's like also drawn to the dark side and doesn't know what to do, all these different things.
He's like Darth Vader, but he expresses that like outwardly, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like he's trying to be Darth Vader, but like he knows he's not. And like with Rey said, like, you can never match up to Darth Vader. And like that's really cool. But then when like people say that, or I guess in my situation, like that this guy says it, I'm thinking, well, you were just complaining that, and I know like one of your friends kind of said the same thing. I'm not, attacking your friend in any way.
Oh, well, actually, me and my friend went to go see it again, and he liked it. He was all like, you know what? Actually, I thought it was really good. I was like, really? And he was all like, yeah. I'll be honest. The first time I saw it, it was at a midnight showing, and my friend was all like, I'll be honest, I was asleep during that scene.
Okay.
Like during the movie, and I was all like, bro, I put you in a discussion on YouTube. And like it was funny. I was like, dude, come on. But anyway, so go on. But yeah, so
he has those parts of Darth Vader, but you see that it's because he's trying to imitate him. Yeah. But he has this whole different side to him. It's like, oh, this is a really cool character. I can't wait to see, how he develops later on.
Yeah.
But when you complain about how, he was a wuss, or you didn't like that part about him, or you wanted him to be more menacing, I feel like that would just be another thing that they would say compared to A New Hope. They would say, oh, like he's just Darth Vader, like great, like nice being creative. But since like they did,
like a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much. But in this situation, it's like, oh, he wasn't like Darth Vader at all. He was a wuss. Like, who cares? I hate this guy. And I'm like, okay. And then and I remember the one I told you like recently. He asked, "How did the First Order get the money to build Starkiller Base?"
I remember that one. I told my brother that, and he's all like, "Did someone seriously ask that?" And I was all like, "Yeah." And he was all like, "It's Star Wars."
Yeah,
I was like, you don't question money in Star Wars. I mean, unless it's Episode 1, like, oh, then we need the money.
yeah,
But but no. And then I came up with that crazy. What was it? What did I say again? That theory that the planets they blew up in the very beginning were the planets they owed money to.
no, yeah,
Yeah, I told my brother that, and he was all like, "Dude, that's totally legit." And I was all like, "No, it's not. It's stupid." But I mean, yeah, I that's so that's so weird in like regards to just like criticizing a movie. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
Like,
it's does it matter? Like does
yeah, no,
does that really matter? You know what I mean? I'm
yeah,
more curious as to like like I guess a good question would be like, where did like how did they find the planet, stuff like that. Those are okay questions. They're not really important, but you know, they're
mhm,
details.
yeah,
But like, how did they get the money? How did like you just who cares?
yeah,
Like you could ask literally the exact same thing for every single episode of Star Wars. Like, do lightsabers cost money? Do they have taxes put on them? Like, there's just like, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's weird. That's a
yeah.
weird question. Like,
I know,
what?
and I know people. I know people would say this is just one person. It doesn't really matter. Well, like that type of complaint is what a lot of haters in general have been saying. Maybe not that exactly, but just different nitpicks. It's like who like does it really matter?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, that's so bizarre. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, it's totally fine for people to have like complaints about it. Like, it's just when you start getting to this level of like minute things like people kind of like the more I look at the movie, the more I see that like okay, everything actually I think things make a lot more sense than I actually made them out to be. And
Mm-hmm.
I told you this before, I wanted to do a follow-up video, but I didn't want to look like I was because like that was the time when everybody was coming out with why I hate the Force Awakens, and I was all like, I don't
Mm.
really want to do that. Like
Okay.
I don't hate the Force Awakens. I love
Yeah.
that
No,
movie.
I get.
Actually, looking at it now, it's actually a really, really good movie, and I'm super glad it's out. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, because people were complaining to me. Well, well, I heard complaints about people saying that Ray is like a Mary Sue. You know what that is? Because I just found out what that is.
Yeah. I first learned that with like I think I first heard that comparison with Spider Man and Mary Jane.
Yeah.
But I think the first time I heard that kind of thing was with Sao and Kirito.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I mean, okay, but like, yeah, but when they say that, they're like she's too good with a lightsaber. And then I looked back and I was all like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
she knew how to use the staff. Like, that staff thing she carries around, she knew how to use that. I was all like, I guess it's not too far of a stretch to say she can use a sword or a lightsaber.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean? Like
yeah.
she obviously shows that she can use a lightsaber better than Finn, because Finn's
Mm-hmm.
just never held anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, no, but like and with Ray, I was all like, oh, that makes sense. I guess that's because I was always wondering what's the significance of the staff because they keep showing her with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was all like, oh, that's why she knows how to use a lightsaber. And I was kind of just like,
Mm-hmm.
it's not much, but I'll take it. You know what I mean? Like for me,
Yeah.
the more I look into at the movie, I'm just like, they actually explain a lot more than I thought they did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's just people not looking into it
Yeah.
really.
Like I feel like it was just all like they saw the credits roll and they're like, "Oh, sucked. Nope, nope, nope."
Mm-hmm.
Like I hear people complain about the last shot. I actually think the last shot's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I mean, yeah, he doesn't say anything. I won't spoil who it is, but I don't think it matters at this point, but
Yeah.
he doesn't say anything, but I still think it's cool just seeing him. Like you're seeing oh, spoiler alert, I guess. You're seeing Luke Skywalker, and you're seeing him just like there, like holy crap, that's Luke. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was weird because I didn't see him as Mark Hamill. I was all like, that's Luke Skywalker, and I was all like, that's weird to say. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know.
because yeah,
I
like
think
with
it's just
oh,
I think it's just
yeah.
critique in general with the idea that it's just nitpicky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Like yeah, a lot of it's just people not looking into it because
Yeah.
like the people complaining about Kylo Ren and his character sucks. I'm just thinking, what? You're obviously not looking into his character
Yeah.
and what they're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not a wuss for the sake of being a wuss. Like he has conflict inside of him and all these different things. And then common complaint is that like Ray, like how is she, kind of like how you said, how is she so good with the lightsaber?
Mm-hmm.
But then you have to consider, well, Kylo Ren is like still conflicted. He's still, he just killed his father.
Mm-hmm.
Chewbacca shot him, so he's injured.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Kylo Ren isn't trying to kill Rey. Pretty sure he's still trying to like take her in. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because Snoke, yeah, Snoke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Snoke, tells him like bring her to me. So he's still trying to capture, not kill her.
Yeah.
And Rey, if you watch that fight with Rey and Kylo Ren, she's running away the whole
Yeah,
time.
I know. I remember realizing that. I'm like, she didn't really fight him. She just kind of like stalled in a weird way.
Yeah,
For
because
yeah,
because there's a part where she's like cutting down branches and running away from
yeah,
Kylo Ren because she knows he's way stronger than her in
yeah,
his current state.
yeah. Exactly. Totally.
Yeah, I don't know, just
Yeah,
yeah, like you said, to this extent, I don't understand.
yeah. Honestly, and I think the trend of like nitpicking kind of came about when like YouTube critics kind of started rising up because the
Hmm.
more I look for like reviews and stuff like that, the more I just see all these like, and I don't mean this in like a baddish way, I guess I kind of do, but like nostalgia critic knockoffs where like
Mm.
they just take a movie or a show, whether it's animated or not, and just like break it down to tiny pieces and say this piece right here it sucks, this piece right here it also sucks, and I'm just like I don't know, I saw this entire like I saw this entire guy review Chicken Little, which a lot of people don't like. I didn't
Hmm.
know that,
Yeah, me
but
either.
yeah, a lot of people like really don't like it, and like and like he just took it piece by piece and said, "This is why it sucks. This line of dialogue sucks, or this piece of animation sucks." And I'm like, it's a
Huh.
movie. Like they like literally there was this one time where he spent like I want to say maybe like 2 minutes on this one point that a goat is being used as a lawnmower. And he was all like, "This joke doesn't work because," and he goes on this long rant about why the joke doesn't work. And I'm like,
Really?
"Yeah," and I'm just like,
Oh my
"It's
gosh.
an animated movie, dude, and it's a joke. It's not supposed like I don't know." And like I watched Chicken Little again, and I'm just like I watched it with my dad very recently, like maybe like a week ago, and I was all like, "Yeah, it has problems. It has some very big problems, but I still think it's okay. Like I still think it's a fun movie. Like
Yeah.
I just like it's when I start it's when you start like I just looked at that. I remember I looked at that joke. I rewinded it and I watched it twice and I was all like, who cares? Like it's 2 seconds. Like
Yeah.
and I like and that's weird for me because like that is kind of the thing about reviews that's made me stop doing them because I haven't done a review since
SpongeBob?
I want to say SpongeBob, but I think it was The Flash. The Flash, maybe? I don't know. The Flash and Arrow crossover. I don't know. One of those. But I stopped because the more I just listened to like certain kinds of reviews, they just sounded so whiny and so like heavy on like this is why it's bad. This is why
Hmm.
it's bad. And I looked and I listened to my older reviews. I was all like, oh god, that's horrible. And
You sound great. You sound great, Blake.
no, man. No, it was but like being straight up though, I just didn't like it. I didn't want to sound so whiny. I think it's okay if you're reviewing something like the way you review stuff is really good. You're just like, yeah, let's talk about it. Like, let's just, it's good. And you
Oh,
like, you usually start with like, well, here's why I really like it. And then you start saying, well, it has some problems here and there. Like, you don't like make it sound like it just like, okay, this flat out sucks. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you know,
Thanks, Blake. I was so scared for a second. It's like, oh god, no.
no, bro, you do a really good job.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. And I mean, like, it sucks because in one of my classes, I have to write like an 1,000 word review of a movie. And like, I'm scared because I don't want to sound so whiny, but I also don't want to sound over analytical and under analytical. You know what I mean? Like, I want to find that balance. And that's so hard to do. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it is.
it's weird. It's so, like, critique is so weird.
Yeah.
Oh, but, yeah, remember I mentioned that thing my brother brought up about how critique shouldn't be based on like
Mm.
how good the story is to your own standards, but like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like I found that let me explain real quick because I'm not
Yeah.
just talking to you.
For the audience.
Basically, me and my brother were talking about The Force Awakens or something like that. We were talking about people critiquing a story too much, and my brother basically came up with or posed a theory that you shouldn't be grading a movie based on its story. You should be grading it on everything else. How the shots complement that story, or how the or how the effects complement the story, like how everything else complements the story. How do the actors do stuff like that? You shouldn't be grading on the story itself. You should just let the storyteller tell the story. And I sort of I that really hit me because I never really thought about that. Like I never really was like, I don't know if you like. It really hit me because I was like, I don't know if you're right because I feel like you are, but I feel like at some point you have to criticize a story if it just sucks. Like you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah. So like I don't know, man. Like what do you think about that? Because I know we talked about this, but like it still resonates within me because I still haven't like figured out like there is a point. Like I feel like there is a point where you have to say, all right, this story sucks. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
there comes a point where you just have to say that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know, because I've also been thinking about it ever since you brought it up, and
Yeah.
it's such a weird topic because I guess just bringing it back to Force Awakens, all these different things people are complaining about, and I guess when it comes down to it, what a lot of people complain about is they say, I just wanted something new," and whether just they're saying I wanted more new stuff or they're just being a hater or being whiny about it, saying I
Hmm.
wanted a new movie, not New Hope. Uh,
Hmm.
um, I always think, well, what did you want then?
Yeah.
And I feel like if I genuinely ask someone that, I feel like they wouldn't have a clear answer on what they wanted.
Yeah. Exactly. That's for me. Like usually when people say like when usually people say I wish they didn't do this, I was like, well, what do you wish they would have done instead? You know what I mean? Usually I won't get an answer because like you said, people just don't know what they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like that, like I feel like that kind of like shows them. Maybe my brother knows what he's talking about. Like, you know what I mean? Because like people don't know what they want. That's not their job to tell stories. So like, you know what I mean? Like if it's not their job to tell them, then why do they criticize them so harshly? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I also feel like what you just said, at some point you kind of have to say that the
Yeah.
story sucks. Um, yeah, I don't know, because
Yeah. It's
I don't know.
weird. It's
Yeah.
weird. I don't know how to what to say. Like, you know what I mean? Like Mars Needs Moms by Disney. It just flat out sucks. Like that movie is not good. It's a stupid movie. Like you were like who thought that would work?
Yeah.
But like is it fair for me to say that? You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, maybe it has some other issues, but like the story is the problem, no? I mean, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
is it fair for me to do that? Like that's really weird and I have no idea like how to approach something like that.
Yeah, I don't know, because I'll see stuff and I'll think of something like, oh, like I didn't like how they do this, how they did this, but then at the end, I'd be like, well, I mean, I don't know. That's just what I think.
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah,
really. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a terrible movie. It's just like that part. I don't like. I
yeah.
don't
It's just
know.
like there's one part of the story that you just don't like. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
but I'm like, that's just my opinion. Like someone could love that,
yeah. Like
but
for
then
me, back,
yeah,
for me, back to Force Awakens, I thought Starkiller Base kind of overdid the similarities between Episode 4 and this one. You know what I mean?
hmm
Like everything else, like Rey being like Luke, okay, that's fine. The Star Wars is based on the hero's journey, so that's okay. Empire and the whatever, you know what I mean? Like everything's fine, but I think Starkiller Base was like, okay, you overdid it a little bit. You know what I mean? But
hmm
again, you're right. Someone else could really like that, think it's great. But you know what I mean? Like, should I let that bother me to the point where I think it's an avid criticism? You know what I mean?
yeah. I don't know.
It's
Like yeah, when you said that, like what your brother said, I felt the same way. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Wait a minute. Hmm.
Yeah, but then because if that's the case, and this is the part that terrifies me the most, SIO might actually be okay.
Oh my
Nah, I'm just kidding. It always sucks.
god.
Always number zero. No, but like, I mean, I don't know, because like exactly to bring it to SAO, I mean, the part the part where he like his sister starts falling in love with him. And I get it; they're not real sisters or siblings, but that's
Yeah.
still messed up. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's stupid. Like, but is it? But like, I should like, come on, like that's dumb. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have
Yeah,
to
no, yeah.
criticize that because it's stupid. Like, man, criticism is so weird and it's so hard
Yeah.
to like do, and that's why I prefer doing discussions with you guys about stuff because it feels like we can talk about this and maybe we can reach some sort of middle ground. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You convince me, I'll convince you. We'll just have a discussion. Like that's why I think I've turned to discussions more than just like plain old reviews where like one guy's
Yeah,
saying this is why
that's why I love
yeah,
discussions.
exactly.
You could just yeah, because if you like really listen, you can change someone's opinion about something. Like, oh yeah, like I get what you mean, and I changed my opinion about it.
Yeah, exactly. Like 100% agreed. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, because I guess like when I do reviews, I always have the mindset of like this is just what I think. If you hate the show or if you love it, that's perfectly okay. But with this review, like this is just what I think.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think that's the good way to approach it because like, you know, it's just so weird because I see cuz I mean, I don't know cuz no, I don't know how to say this. You're right in the sense that like, this is just how I feel and let me tell you how I feel, you know what I mean?
Hmm
I think honestly, it's just about how you present yourself, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Cuz like it's it's just weird. I have no idea like I
yeah.
have
Like
no yeah.
I guess like with Force Awakens haters, like if you said like something you liked about it that they didn't like, they would just destroy you.
Yeah.
But I guess just an example with me, with our video, the why SAO sucks.
Mhm.
We kind of ripped that show to shreds,
Yeah.
and I got a comment saying, paraphrasing like everybody doesn't need to say they hate SAO. If you hate it, that's just your opinion. Why would you have to like? Why would you express it like in this video,
Mhm.
like just ripping it to shreds, saying why it sucks?
Mhm. Yeah. Actually,
It's
you know
like
what? I was
it's just your opinion. It doesn't like it's just your opinion.
yeah.
And I said, well, yeah, like I actually did a response to this. I said, yeah, it is our opinion. Like you can like SAO, it's fine. It's just this is our
Yeah.
opinion, and that's why we made a video on it.
Yeah. Like we're not like getting factual evidence saying that like SIO sucks. This is fact. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
like I don't know, I think maybe that's the title's fault. Maybe it just sounds like we're saying like SAO sucks and like that's fact.
maybe.
Like you don't hate this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because but like I was thinking about this too. And like I said, I was thinking about doing a follow-up video to Star Wars, but the more I thought about it, the more I just thought, honestly, that would be kind of a waste of time because like no matter what I say, whether I hate the movie or I like the movie, it's already a huge success, critically and financially. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So like it does like you know what I mean? Because like my opinion is just stated, it's out there, but it's not gonna do anything. You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
and like that for me is weird because then I start coming down to the idea of is it fair to criticize something that like is completely irrelevant, like Sonic 06. You know what I mean? People rip that game to shreds over and over, and I see thousands of videos just ripping it over, and some of them are recent, and I'm just thinking to myself, is it really matter? That game is what is it 10 years old? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like does it matter at this point? Nobody's gonna play it. It's an old fart game. Nobody plays that game anymore. Like Sonic has
Yeah.
new stuff, Generations, Lost World, and however you feel about those games, they're new. They're the newest entry of Sonic. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, and then because like because so I mean like with SAO, does it really matter what we say? We're not gonna like maybe we'll convince you not to watch it, or maybe we'll convince you to at least check it out because you want to see how bad it is, or maybe if you like it or something like that. Like it's just it's one of those things that I don't know what to tell you because like
Yeah, like, I don't know. Just like in the end,
yeah
it's just everybody's like
yeah
opinion. Yeah. There's no
yeah
fact with criticism.
yeah that's the weirdest part for me is like you can't like you know what I mean, but even then people bring up that like you know again bringing it back to Sonic 06 because I've heard I watched this one review and it was like a 3-hour review, but it
Oh
was in
wow.
different parts, so like I didn't notice that. But basically he's just talking about and at the end he basically says like look, if you like this game, that's not good because this game is like in
Huh.
terms of game design it's not good, it's just not a good well put together game. And like but is that a fact, like you know what I mean, like you know what I mean, like this I think there's
Yeah.
this one reviewer who actually said it. He was all like saying you like Sonic 06 is saying you like to listen to someone sing who's tone deaf. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And like is that true? Like you know what I mean? Like if you have an opinion that something bad is like really good or something like that, like does that make you like wrong? Like that's something for another time because now I'm just getting way too deep into it.
Yeah.
And yeah, but you know what I mean. I think this is you know
Yeah. We'll probably re-answer this
yeah
subject at some point.
yeah. Anyways, I had a question. What movie do you think I should review
What are you?
for my homework assignment?
Oh, for home, is there a criteria?
No. My teacher basically said pick a movie and write a 1,000 word review on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. What movie do you think I should do? I'm thinking maybe Man of Steel because I have a lot to say, but
Mm.
I don't know.
I was just that could work actually. I was going to say Dark Knight,
I could do Dark Knight.
but you could probably get a lot of stuff from Man of Steel actually.
Yeah, maybe.
Same with Dark Knight, but
I
I
kind
think
of wanted,
both of those would
yeah,
be
I
good.
kind of wanted to pick a movie that was like kind of polarized in terms of how people feel about it. And I think Man of Steel is a pretty good choice, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Should I make it easy on myself and do a movie that's just like flat out great? You know what I mean?
So that's what I was thinking with my choice, but I think that's actually a really good point though.
Yeah, I don't
Like
know
if
because
you
like
know what you're going to say about Man of Steel, I think
yeah,
you might as well go Man of Steel.
I don't know, man. It'll uh it'll be interesting because I haven't done something like that in a long time.
Don't worry, Blake, you're good at it. You're
Yeah,
great.
yeah, we'll see. I guess we'll find out. um,
Yeah.
yeah, but I think that's all I had to really bring up for me. Except I'm just waiting for the movies and waiting for the everything.
Oh, one more piece of news I have. I
Hmm.
forgot.
What happened?
Kingsman 2 is coming out.
Really, Kingsman 2?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Got to see Kingsman 1 now.
Ooh. Yeah, yeah, you do. It's got Michael Caine.
Yeah, I hear great things.
So good. So good.
Dude, okay, actually, what? I have a funny story. So
Hmm.
there's this girl in my class, right? She's like my friend, and she we I was it was this was last quarter, and she it was basically like tell a story. It was basically what my class was, to basically get up in front of people and tell like a story, like a life story or whatever. And she told us the story how she was in, I want to say, England or something like that, and she was walking down the street, right? And there was this guy who was just running away like really really fast, and there was this like wave of people chasing him, and she's like, what the heck? And then eventually he loses the crowd, and she goes up to him and she's like, are you okay? And he's all like, yeah, I'm totally fine. And then the crowd comes back and they're like, oh my gosh, is this your girlfriend, is this your girlfriend? And they kind of look at each other, and he's all like, yeah, this is my girlfriend. And she's like, what? No, I. And then he was just like, yeah, okay, I'm his girlfriend. And then the crowd kind of leaves or goes away, and she's like, what's your name? And it turns out it's the guy from Kingsman, the main character. Like,
Are you
yeah,
serious?
yeah, I'm not even freaking kidding. And I was all like, what? You're lying. And she's like, no, I'm not lying. I'm being straight up. I was all like, you're freaking crazy. Like,
I can just imagine. I know you didn't do this, but I just imagine you in the middle of class, her telling you this story. You're a liar. I don't believe your story.
no, but even worse, her dad, because she was with her family, her dad comes over to him, and he didn't know it was her dad. So he's like, her name's Melissa. He's like,
Mhm.
Melissa, what's going on? And he's like, yo, dude, I'm just here with my girlfriend. And and her dad's like, what? And Melissa's just like, no, like, Dad, don't misunderstand. It's not this, and it's just this long story. And it was great. I was all like, that's freaking great.
that's that's amazing.
Yeah, I know, right? I still don't believe her, but
But
yeah, no.
how did that
But
story go? Like telling that story or telling a story?
telling a story about a girl who told a story.
No, telling a story in front of your class.
Oh, how'd it go? Okay.
Yeah.
No, it went well. It was pretty interesting. I mean, we had a lot of how do I put this? Like, basically, it was like he gave us like a kind of a subject or like a premise to kind of do it on. Like, he would say, tell me a good life story, or tell me an inspirational story, tell me a funny story, tell me a story. Just tell them a story that basically has something to do with it. I passed. I did pretty well, I think. Everybody
Nice.
seemed to like what I was doing. Um,
Everybody seems to like what I was doing, so I guess.
well, I mean, nobody got mad at me and said, "Oh, that sucked." So, I mean, I think it went all right.
Your classes sound fun.
They are, dude. Okay,
Thanks.
no, my class right now, the class I have to write a review for. My homework is watching
Mhm.
movies. No lie. I'm just like, she was all like the first day, she was all like, "Okay, guys, your homework is to watch. I think it was Citizen Kane and Strangers on a Train." I watched Strangers on a Train,
How
and
was it?
it was really good. Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah. And
Great.
then, but I have another class. This is gonna sound stupid because it sounds like I need help. It's called Writing for Comedy or something like that. And the more I say that, the more I think about it. It's like, it sounds like I needed like help on being funny or something like that. so I'm, and it's really interesting, and it's so weird because just as quickly, very quickly and very briefly, go back to the criticism thing. My teacher wanted, for one of my assignments, was to go watch Kill Bill, and she was all like,
Mhm.
and she's my teacher, and she's like, yeah, like, Quentin Tarantino really knows how to make movies. I just saw The Hateful Eight; it was really good, and she was just basically going on and on. And then I go to my comedy class, and my teacher's all like, actually, I think Quentin Tarantino single-handedly destroyed the movie industry.
Ooh.
And I was like, and like I was like shocked. I was like, I've never heard anybody say that, like,
Yeah.
ever. And like, I guess that kind of means you can have your own opinion. I don't know. Moral of the story. Da-da-da.
Yeah, yeah, we'll definitely talk about this again at some point.
Yeah, it's interesting. The comedy class is really interesting. I should tell you, it's kind of interesting.
Awesome, good for you.
Yeah. How are you doing?
So I got a writing class about redefining America. It's like undocumented students,
Oh
and
dang.
that's interesting. I'll admit
Oh shoot,
that's
that's
actually
heavy
interesting.
stuff, bro.
It is. It is. And then we actually have a few undocumented students in the class, which really surprised me.
Really?
Yeah. But
Huh.
then the film class, so the first one was I forget. I think it was interactive media or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So some parts are cool, like we're talking about like the history of television, like
Hmm.
the like not just like movies and shows, but like media, like telephones, TV, different kinds of things like that.
That was really cool.
So that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But the next film class, which is like film, it's Intro to Digital Media. Pretty cool title, right? Like, oh, that sounds interesting. Intro to Digital Media. What's that about?
Yeah.
It's the way I can describe it. It's pretty much like a philosophy class. It's really weird.
What?
Like, we're talking about computers, and so we're like, so what does it mean, like, to think? Like, what's the difference between like a human mind and a computer mind? And so we're talking about like kind of like the imitation game and that kind
Really?
of scenario. So like how would you differentiate between a human and a computer? And then now we're talking about like data. What is data?
That's really
And
weird. What
I'm
is
I'm,
data?
I'm thinking, what is data? I don't
Like, well, I don't. That's what I'm here to learn, dude. Like, oh, dude,
say
that's fun. That's really weird. That's like going to art class and be like, "Hi, welcome to art class. Open up your textbooks to page 42. We're gonna be doing
Mhm.
some graphing." Like, that's really weird. What the heck?
Yeah, so it's like I have my notebook right here.
Uh, is
So
it is it at least like interesting, or is it just like, okay, this was a mistake?
I think it was a mistake. But I think I have to do part of it, or I think I have to do it for
Dude, that's what our
my
next
the
podcast
major.
should be.
What?
Just talking about our college lives, because I actually have some interesting stories, and I want to tell them here, but
Dude,
I don't
same,
think I have enough time.
same.
Yeah.
But I might go more detail when we do that.
Mm.
But like in the beginning, we're talking about language, and apparently I have language equals reflection of the world, and I don't know what that means.
Reflection of the world. That's
Yes.
I always thought language was like just, something you spoke, something that people understood.
Yeah, it apparently reflects society.
That's freaking deep.
Yeah, and I'm thinking
Dang.
every class. I'm thinking this every class. What does this have to do with film?
Oh my gosh, dude, that's really weird.
Yeah, no.
Man.
Next quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then my last class is literature and magic. So that's cool. That's cool.
Literature and magic?
Yeah. So it's pretty much going through like different like cultures and like religions, like interpretation of magic or how it was viewed.
Hmm.
And so we're also looking at it like through literature. So the books we have is Faust,
Oh, yeah, I've heard of
the,
that book.
the Tempest by Shakespeare,
Hmm.
Frankenstein,
Hmm.
and then the coolest one, Harry Potter. So we get to read
Ooh.
Harry Potter for class. So that's definitely my
Screw
most.
Frankenstein and Shakespeare. We got Harry Potter.
So that's easily my most interesting class.
Huh. Did you decide on your major yet, or are you not sure yet?
I'm thinking, well,
Well, no,
film
you don't
me.
have to say. I'm just asking. Like, do you have like what are you considering? You know, you don't have to. You don't have to
Well,
answer.
considering, it's fine. It's not that personal, really.
Whoa. Buy me a drink first.
So like film, I
Uh,
don't know, like, because there's a few branches at our school.
yeah.
So when I go into the more detailed classes, I guess I'll figure it out.
Hmm.
But that, or I've been considering creative writing actually,
Hmm.
just because of literature and magic has really brought back my interest with writing.
Interesting. You should go for it, bro.
Yeah, I'll see. I'll definitely
Follow
see.
your dreams. Don't give up.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'll see how that works out.
Yeah.
But you?
I'm sticking with screenwriting or whatever I'm doing. Writing in general. I just want to write, make stuff.
I just want to write. You know, write on
Well, I mean,
napkin,
I don't
on
care what I do.
napkins, chalkboards. Just I want to write.
I want to write. No, like I don't care if it's books, movies, games, whatever. I just want to write fun stuff.
Mm.
But pretty interesting stuff. Yeah, I have some very interesting assignments coming up,
Ooh.
and they're both terrifying and interesting. One is I have to write an argumentative paper, and we got to choose our topic. So one of my friends in class is doing why Batman can defeat Superman, and I was all like, no, screw you. And I was all like, I was like, Professor Banks, can I do Superman versus Batman? And she's like, are you gonna argue for Superman? And I was like, yeah. She's like, okay, go for it. And I was all like, this is the greatest class ever.
What
But
is this class
felt
called?
no, but like it's just English. It's just English 112. But like,
Just English.
yeah, it's just English for me. But like the weirdest thing though for me was that, or at least the saddest part was I went around. She had this. Basically, she had this this exercise where you write down your topic on a piece of paper, or basically your thesis or whatever, and people can come by and write down like notes or whatever. And okay, well, like I'll get to that later. But but I went around the entire room, and a lot of people were dealing with like heavier stuff, like why the Oscars should be boycotted, why Donald Trump shouldn't be president, why this, why that, and I was all like, I'm just doing Superman versus Batman. Like, I felt so bad, and I had nothing to contribute to any of them because I don't like know those things.
Yeah.
Like, I felt so bad. I was all like, the only one I could contribute to was why the Star Wars prequels are bad.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, someone had that, but I got this page of notes. I don't have my backpack with me; it's downstairs. Dang it! I'll take a picture of you, take a picture of what people wrote. But some people wrote some crazy things, like Superman is an alien, doesn't he always lose? And I was all like, what? Like that for me, I was just like that just baffled my mind. I was all like, what were you trying to say? Like Superman is an alien, doesn't that mean he always loses? I was like, I was just like, you know who Superman is, right? And then one of them was like, privilege versus work, and I was all like, well, they're both kind of privileged. Like Bruce was born rich.
Yeah. Fearless
And
versus
like,
work.
I mean, I was like, do these people not know who these characters are? Like, I don't know, man. But it was pretty funny. So it should be interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then I have to write, and this is the hard one. This is the one I'm terrified of. I have to write basically a script for an episode of like a comedy show of my choosing.
Whoa.
And I wasn't sure what to choose. Um, so I chose The Amazing World of Gumball,
Mm.
which I haven't watched in like months. So I don't know what the heck. All like I watched an episode of the recent episodes and I'm like, what the heck happened? Like because I don't know, crazy stuff happened. Like Penny came out of her shell or something like that, and like I'm just like, what the heck? Like I don't know, man. I'm scared, man. I'm scared.
Yeah, but like maybe the next one, we're definitely talking about college experiences
Yeah, dude, for sure.
because
That sounds like a really fun one.
I've been forgetting, but I have a story about a certain someone.
Well, yeah.
And we'll have to wait for that.
All right, sounds good, man.
Yeah. So I'm guessing. So are we good for? Like,
Yeah, no,
is
dude.
there anything else you
If you
want to
want to
say?
end it now, I'm good. That was a really good discussion. That was good.
That was really good. Yeah.
We got deep. We got deep. We didn't talk about Nintendo this time.
Oh yeah.
Hey, not even.
Oh wait a minute,
Hey.
Detective Pikachu.
For another time. For college experiences.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Dude,
Definitely.
I hope that's one of those games that you can that you actually take around with you. Like where you're like showing your 3DS around the world and you're like Pikachu's like around there. Like
Oh,
it's one of
that'd be
those
so
virtual
cool.
thing games. So that I can
Yeah.
walk around my campus and be like, what are you doing? I'm solving mysteries with Pikachu.
That'd be so cool.
That'd be awesome, man.
Yeah, so we'll get into college experiences next time. We'll another time we'll go more into like opinions and things like that, 'cause that's a very complicated topic.
And don't you worry, we're talking about Nintendo again too. No, I'm
Oh,
kidding. We
definitely.
won't do that. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want to, I don't care. Should we just call these just Nintendo?
Just Nintendo.
Just Nintendo. No, but yeah, dude. Good discussion. It's good to hear from you again, man.
Same. And for those listening, this is relevant when I guess when you guys watch it. I'm gonna try to put like time codes. I guess I got a tip that maybe we should put in time codes.
For what times that we talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. That sounds like that's a really good idea.
Yeah. So I'll put that in. If I did put in the time codes, I hope you stayed from the beginning till the end. Hopefully. And then what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, follow us.
Jonathan, they love us.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I know. Follow us on Twitter, Just Nerds. Just gotta type in Just Nerds on Twitter. I'll probably post a link in the description. A lot of stuff from time to time, I guess.
Okay.
I don't post all the time, but when I do, it's all right, I guess.
It's stuff.
it's stuff.
I can assure you, it's there.
Mm-hmm. So yes, I guess that's it for this podcast, episode 4. Pretty good one. And yeah, so I guess that's it. And we'll see you guys next time.
Take care.